wine drinking people. Today is Thursday, December 2nd. Got a little tasting tonight at the Ritz-Carlton with Chris Millard, the winemaker for Newton Vineyards. And they've got some stations set up there with wine pairing. So I don't know, there's not a conventional menu they give me, so we'll see what happens at the Ritz-Carlton tonight. All right, tomorrow night we've got a few seats left for our vintage port tasting. That's right, folks, we've got ports going back to 1934, including some legendary vintages like 1945, 1948, the Fonseca 100-point wine, 1955, and of course 1963, the greatest vintage in the last 50 years. And we have got them all going down Friday night. That's the last dinner we've got, folks. I don't know if I mentioned, we got our gift box mode we're getting into here at the Wine Watch. We do these lovely gifts, which I'm sure we got an email coming out on those in the next day or so. Probably Friday. But we'll outline all of the gift box selections for this year. But hey, what have I got to sell you today? Today, well, let me tell you, we got a lot of new releases coming out this time of year. We are way behind in getting these out to you for some reason. I don't know, it was all the drinking I was doing in the month of November. But today, we've got one of my best friends in Napa Valley, Randy and Debbie Lewis. And these guys have been making wine. Well, the 2001 was their first vintage under the Lewis moniker, but they were making wine at the Oakville Ranch wineries. They were Bob Miner's original partner in that winery and made some fantastic wines. I'll never forget the first day I met Randy and Debbie. They stopped by the bar at Cafe Max, and I, of course, said, do you guys have an appointment? And, you know, they sent me a nice Christmas card that year. And, you know, I may have been a little cocky back then, but hey, man, I was 21 years old. I was working the hottest wine bar in South Florida. And I didn't know who the hell these guys were. You know, they were new. I mean, I was the top dog back then, no. But these guys make great wines and have, since day one, driven to perfection. Well, Randy used to drive Indy cars. He actually qualified all 14 times he went to Indy. Debbie used to run the London Wine Bar in San Francisco, and they both developed a fine affection for fine wine together when they started. Well, Randy was racing in Europe, I guess. He started drinking there, and then, of course, when he got back to California, developed love for the wines of Napa Valley, and that's why those two moved up there. And they've got, well, the old Etude Winery they purchased, and making some great wines, about 10,000 cases total production, so we'd still call Lewis a small brand, very small, you know, 10,000 cases or less. And their top wines, they still make just 1,000 to 2,000 cases of wines like their Lewis Reserve Cabernet Sauvignon, consistently scoring one of the top wines of the vintage, according to the Wine Spectator. The 2007 Reserve on this offer, 95 points. We'll always say you can't drink points, folks, and every wine that these guys put out is exceptional. Even the Sauvignon Blanc. Sauvignon Blanc, Lewis? Hey, we're good friends. Like I said, I get a little bit of everything that Randy makes, and I used to give him a hard time and tell him I need to taste everything before I bought it, because that's what we do here at the Wine Watch. We taste wine, but we buy everything from Lewis Cellars, sight unseen, and I'm happy to open the bottles up when I get them and taste them, usually at my own expense, unfortunately. But some hot wines, everything they make. The Alex blend, to me, always one of the best values, usually scores right about the same as the Reserve Cabernet. This is a blend of Merlot, Syrah, and Cabernet Sauvignon. Yes, Syrah, folks. Lewis makes some of the greatest Syrah in Napa Valley. We just did a Bring Your Best bottle of Syrah, and several of the people in the wine group came in. I recommended Lewis. They decided to go for something more expensive. I brought the Lewis, and bam, I won. Thanks, Randy and Debbie. Check everything out from Lewis Cellars on this offer. I'm your host, Andrew Lampazone, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.